All right. All right. Oh my gosh, you guys are way too quick. I don't know how you guys get in my stream so quickly. It's actually kind of scary. I feel like you're in my chat before I go live. Snipes Quinn, what's going on? Jessica Okra. Okay. Um, Give me 1 second, guys. Let's move this back to where it was. Where was this? There we go. Let's move this back to where it was. There we go. Okay, let's get this back down here. And 1 second, guys. Gotta get my little stream set up. You know what I mean? Oh! No big deal. No big deal. Always keep your Charizard close. Always. All right. Let's do it, stream. I gotta plug this thing back in. We're covering severe weather that's happening right now, and we are covering a potential tornado outbreak. I'm gonna guess we're gonna have 120 plus tornado warned storms. 150 plus tornado warned storms on Monday. And a high risk. I don't want it. I'm predicting it, though. Looking good. Oh, thank you, Snipes. Feeling good. I'm not going to lie. Mother-in-law's in town. She asked me to stay at B-Dubs later with her last night so we could drink and have fun. And I woke up this morning feeling not good. Very hungover. And I went to the gym, and instead of working out, I went in the hot tub, and then in the sauna, and then in the steam room, and then took like a 40-minute shower. And after all of that soaking and steam and hotness, I feel great. I think I just sweated out all my hangover, and I feel fantastic now, actually. Worked out pretty well. Yeah, I don't drink a lot anymore. I just don't. So it doesn't take me much to get hungover. If you're not, yeah. Not much of a drinker anymore. Have you tried the new game on mobile? What new game? Oh, no, I haven't. There's a couple that are coming out, though, that look awesome. Yeah, if you're not in the Discord already, you are missing out. There are, you guys, yeah, guys, we're gonna start once. I'm letting a few more people get in here. I literally just started my stream. We do have multiple tornado warnings. I'll go over this very quickly. None of these look very impressive. This is gonna expire. Most likely, this is gonna expire. This one moving over to Tishomingo. I don't know how to pronounce that, guys. In South Central Oklahoma. This one is newer. This radar is. This isn't looking very impressive. There's definitely rotation there in the cell. This radar's messing up. This is moving up towards Colgate. So, yeah, guys, look at these supercells firing up over here in Texas. Wow. Let's move in here. Yeah, this is moving up to the northeast, towards Colgate, Oklahoma, and towards McAllister. So I'd get in a safe spot. Pay attention if you're out ahead of this. Savannah, McAllister, Oklahoma, Colgate. Not looking super intense, but we do have rotation. We do have a little couplet right there. This radar isn't doing much for me though. And then we've got another tornado warned storm down here. This looks like it's going to expire on 9 minutes, but it is moving. Let's go back to our radar. A little bit to the northeast. We have a bunch of cells firing up out here. Look at that. Bunch of cells firing up out east here. Or out west here. And look at this. Look at this cloud tops. Tennis ball size hail that is falling just... What the heck? That's not where Las Vegas is. Whatever. To the southeast of Las Vegas... New Mexico. I didn't know that existed. We do have very, very, what looks to be large hail, high cloud tops, 70 decibels, 75. Oh my gosh, 75 decibel thunderstorm. So very intense, tennis ball size hail. So pay attention to that. 70 mile per hour winds with this cell up here. 70 mile per hour wind gusts have been recorded. This is headed right up towards Savannah and McAllister as well. All right, I just wanted to go over that before I finish talking real quick. We have a lot to go over, and I will answer your guys' questions. Danielle, Nick, I appreciate you guys. Little crown, thank you. Okay, yeah, and what was I getting at? Yes, if you haven't joined my Discord, wait, there is... There is... How many spots? Let's see. Now you guys probably hear. Let me do something real quick. Let me shut this off real quick so you guys can't see this. I need to do something. Okay. How many members do I have? Hello? Why won't it show me? How many do I have? 100. 122. Okay. I said that once I got to 125, I would stop. So if you add me on Discord right now, Connor's Climate Corner HQ, it's completely free to join the Discord. I'm only taking 3 more people for free, and then everyone after that will be like a $4 a month sub. But it's just a lot of money and time to maintain. We've got everything on here, guys. Risk zones, hail zones, wind zones, tornado zones, rainfall updates, snowfall updates, temperature updates, wildfire updates, drought monitors, hurricane, Enzo, storm reports, CSU updates, SBC, everything. Every time there's a tornado, it's posted in here. Every time there's a severe thunderstorm, it's posted in here. Every time there's a flood warning, it's posted in here. You get summaries. You can ask it questions. It's all active. Mesoscale discussion, every single tab you can think of, and we chat. Anyways, yeah, 3 more people. 3 more people. I said at 125 I would change it from this to sub, so. Oh crap, you guys are quick. All right, anyways. Okay, 1 more person. I got 2 people immediately. You guys are quick, guys. Then yeah, and if you get in now, you're never going to have to pay a sub. You're just in there for free forever, so. But eventually, I'm running out of... I have so many... I pay probably $400 to $500 a year in weather subscriptions for my weather channel, like for Discord, and for all the weather software I use. And so it's quite the investment, but... Okay, there you go. You got the invite. Okay, 1 more person. 1 more person. And then, all right, we'll get back to our coverage. Cool. Can you look at Talihina? Talihina? Let's get back in here. Yatalihina. I must be spelling that wrong. What's going on, Crimson? Tally. All right. What's going on, Julie? Way better than any news station. Quinn, I appreciate that. I get up every morning at like 7 a.m. and I spend an hour and a half updating the Discord with what the new weather information that's going on. And then I have bots that run some of the channels that the second there's an SBC, mesoscale discussion, a risk zone update, a tornado update, anything, it's literally within 5 seconds in the Discord with the bots. But then I have to control all the other channels as well. Can someone tell me how that name of that place that someone asked me to look up was? Oh, Tally. Oh, found it. Oh, yeah, you guys are in... let's actually just look at our Tor risk. Well, we'll look at our... Yeah, I'm gonna keep my Tor risk up right now. I'm looking at our Tor risk. You guys are just north of this Tor risk, but there are severe thunderstorms heading up to you, some severe thunderstorm warnings, some tornado warnings. Now, there's less instability up here. I'm assuming a lot of this, and you don't want to assume, but I'm assuming a lot of this will lose some energy and die down as it approaches you. You're going to get some thunderstorms, severe thunderstorms, possibly not, but we'll keep an eye on it. The farther these things move up to the north and east, they're losing some energy, they're losing some stability, and you're going to have rain, cool air by the time these storms get to you. So we got to pay attention, though. God, this thing is still dropping tennis ball size hail out here. I love Discord, being able to get a ton of information. It's amazing. Of course, Crimson, I appreciate you. Can you show me what you were talking about for Tuesday? Oh, yeah. I'll show you. I'll show you right now. I will show you right now. Oh, oops. I need to pull this up. There's nothing on your guys' screen. One moment. Fixing it. I know there's nothing there. There you go. Yeah, so go to CSU. Well, I don't want this one. I want this one. And we go to day 2, day 3. I want you to notice something. And Julie, I posted it in general and I tagged you in the Discord today. But it's okay. It's okay. You're ignoring me. It's okay. So CSU, Julie, I think expects the focal point, the center of the severe weather on Tuesday to be in your living room. You see that little dot up there? Matt, what's going on, dude? So Buffalo. Buffalo is an area we're watching closely. We could get some little spin-ups up here, guys. We are watching Buffalo closely for Tuesday. That's where CSU has their kind of like X marks the spot for severe weather on Tuesday. Matt, what is going on? When are you getting on? I told everyone last night. I did what Mark did the other day to us. I told everyone last night that I was staying at B-Dubs and to go and watch you on stream. And then 2 seconds later, I saw you post in Discord that you were not streaming. And I was like, crap. I sent everyone to you. Julie, Barry, Nick, I appreciate you guys. What's going on here with this? One second. Let me. Yeah, these storms that are firing up in eastern New Mexico are starting to look real interesting. Let's get this. Okay. Coming home now. Nauseous and a migraine. Oh gosh, I don't even want to know what that is. Hopefully you're not. Hopefully you don't got the flu or something. Rare New Mexico threat today. Yeah, we're seeing. You know, I hate when we see this kind of isolated, discrete setup here. You see, they're all kind of individual cells. For the most part, it's got its own inflow region. They're not fighting with each other. We could see some big potential big spin ups here. We'll have to see. Would that storm be upgraded to considerable? Which one are you talking about on Tuesday? Or could see a water spout from severe thunderstorms in New Jersey, South Carolina. Yeah, we also have, yeah, we actually, oh, I didn't even realize this, guys. Hey-oo. All right, well, we got a tornado warning out in New Jersey right now. Let me get my headphones on so I can hear when this thing's yelling at me. We have There we go. Tornado warning in Jersey. Let's take a look at it. Ooh, look at that. There's your inflow. Look at that little notch. God, this... Why is this moving so fast? Let's look at our velocities. Yeah, look at that. This might be on the ground. That's the couplet right there. Ooh. It's definitely rotation. Look at that. Definitely rotation. 55, 60. Yeah, headed right east. Berkeley, it's moving through Berkeley Township. Bayville, Ocean Gate. Cedar Beach, Glen Cove. Out of precaution, bottom floor, center of your home, away from windows and a closet. Get in a safe spot. Although, you know, this might be behind. This thing might already be out. Sometimes the radar lags a tiny bit behind, but this looks like, I mean, this was as of 5:28. This was as of 3 minutes ago. So, you know, I think this is just an issue on the radar, but it's kind of a. Do you guys notice something here? Do you guys notice something there? That spot in the middle of this radar. I don't think that's like the eye of the tornado, but it does make it look like it. These radars can't see stuff that good. Call you? Okay. But yeah, guys, get a safe spot out there. Matt, I'm calling you right now. Give me 1 second. There we go. All right, don't say anything incriminating.
No, you're good. I just had something quick to tell you. You need to let your chat know. The National Weather Service put out that all of the Indiana, this for the whole state of Indiana, all of the NOAA radios are going to be down the 28th through the 30th for the whole event on Tuesday.
Well, why?
They're doing maintenance. They're doing an EAS update on all of them, an upgrade. So great timing on their part. There's nothing they can do about it.
That's insane.
So everybody needs to have a way to get alerts on their phones. It's not through a NOAA weather radio. There's an app that you can get on the App Store or Google Play. It is called, hold on a second, and I'll tell you.
Radar Omega Jack. Thank you, Nick. Wow, that's terrible timing.
Yeah, it's not great. It's called Emergency Severe Weather App. It's the first one that pops up. It's the American Red Cross one.
Okay, yeah, guys, get that. Especially, I mean, I feel like people should just have that regardless.
Right, correct.
Yeah.
You need to have multiple ways, but it's for people that are old school, like older people that rely on that. They're about to be screwed if they get a tornado warning in Indiana.
Yeah. Okay, good to know. I appreciate that update. Are you gonna get on a little bit? Are you gonna get on a little bit later if you feel better? Yeah.
It'll probably be later on tonight.
All right. Take like 6 Advil.
That's what I'm gonna do. I had 2 hours of sleep last night.
Oh, jeez. All right, bud. I'll talk to you a little bit later. Thanks for the update. All right, peace. Snipes, make a free side of the Discord and a pay side. Pay version can be everything else. Well, here's the thing. The whole reason I don't even care about my subscription is gonna literally be $3 or $4 a month. It's nothing. It's like $30 a year, but it's more to keep trolls and bot accounts and stuff like that out. If there's a pay gate, even if it's $1 a month, you don't get flooded with obnoxious people and bots and troll accounts. So if I make the general chat and that stuff on the Discord free, it's inevitable. I'm going to have to constantly be kicking people and moderating. And that seems like a headache to me. So, all right, guys, we've got another severe thunderstorm warning, tornado possible. And this is just Choctaw Nation. This is actually to the south and west of Talahina. I don't know how to pronounce it, but someone was asking about that earlier. This is headed up to that direction. Tornado possible. Let's see if there's a tornado in here. I don't think there is. Maybe a little couplet trying to form over here. There's rotation. I don't think there's a tornado on the ground right now, but you can see these little couplets forming here. So, yeah, we're not gonna see anything on CC most likely. This could be some big hail, maybe even some rotation in there as well. So pay attention to that. Monday and Tuesday is looking bad. It is looking bad. If I'm not even gonna lie, like I'm not someone who's gonna. Did we get just something else? Where is it? I don't even see where that was posted. It is looking bad. Let's look at something, guys. This is and this is remember, a day 3. They might go high in here tomorrow. They might go high in here tomorrow. I think 100 to 150 tornado warned storms isn't impossible for Monday. Kansas City is in a 3. I don't think they're in a 4 out of 5. Yeah, Kansas City isn't in a 4 out of 5. Kansas City's in a 30% probability of severe weather, and is in an enhanced. So that's a 3 out of 5 threat. But we could see that expand. Is this the worst? Is this worse than the other years? Well, we've already broken. This year, we've already had the most severe warned storms of any severe weather season, spring severe weather season in history. And May is the most active month. We haven't even hit the most active month. You guys want to see something crazy? Let me show you guys something crazy, okay? Let me just put this back up real quick. I'm going to show you guys something crazy here. I was looking at this earlier. Let's get back to the weather. Check this out. Not this. Check. Let's go into NOAA SPC. Okay. Check this out. Oh, did we get a tornado watch? We do. Oh, we have a tornado watch up. I got to post that on Discord. Where was I earlier? Guys? Here we go. Let this load. Come on. Do something. Okay. Do you guys see this chart here? Average tornadoes per day. Okay. We are here. Okay? We've already broken the record. This is our most active part of the season. We haven't even reached it. We broke our record before our peak. Who knows? This is going to be a big record. This is going to be something. Oh, yeah, and the setup we have ahead, guys, I'm already seeing the potential for 2 to 3 outbreaks in May. So when I say outbreaks, I mean there's tornado days where you can have tornadoes, like a tornado risk zones. Outbreaks is when you can get 50, we'll say 50 plus tornado warned storms. I would say 25 plus, where they're just everywhere. I think we could have 3 or 4. I mean, really quickly, I want to show you guys why. Here, let's look at the latest GFS 500 millibar wind pattern. And yeah, let's look at this. This is our event Monday. Pretty intense. This has uptrended for, I believe, Wednesday. And then you have the Tuesday event between Monday, but this is uptrended for Wednesday down there in Texarkana region. Now this was a big ridge was supposed to settle in and stick here for a while, giving us kind of a zonal type flow, really calming down the weather. Every model has gone away from that. Look at this. Look at this thing right here. This right here, and this is only about 200 hours out, which isn't crazy when we're looking at the 500 millibar. La La Land, kind of getting close to it, yes, but it's not crazy, especially because we have model consensus from the Canadian and Euro on this as well. They all agree. This right here, moderate high risk day, outbreak, if this holds. 100%. 100%. And this could be a multiple day outbreak. Look at the way this thing moves in. Look at this. Look at the tilt on this. Look at the negative tilt on this. Holy moly. Holy moly. Yeah, I don't believe the end of this. I don't think we're going to have a big low pressure system trough ejecting west across the U.S. Things don't move that way up here. I just don't. I don't buy that. I don't buy that part, but I do buy this part. This would be this looks right here worse than what we're going to have Monday. So We'll see. The euro, but guys, this could change. This could change. I'm just showing you. Look at the agreement, okay? Look at the euro coming with this thing too. The euro has a little bit different of a look. It throws this like into a bowling ball down here, but this would create some bad weather down here. This would be a pretty dangerous situation if we saw this troughing move in like that. What is happening out east? This is the silliest 500 millibar like future radar I've seen. What is happening? Not radar, future model. What is happening out here? Do you guys see this? But that's the euro, and then let's look at our Canadian. There it is. Look at this trough. Look at this trough digging in from out west. Here it comes. What is going on here, guys? This thing would be ejecting off through the Central Plains, potentially. Yeah, I don't know. They're all. I mean, you go and then you go into the CFS. You go into the CFS, same thing. There it is, right there. See out west? Not as intense as the GFS, but there it is. Yeah. All sorts of crazy stuff happening out here, guys. So, anyways, it's crazy look. And we've already broken records. Montana tornado risk? Nah, I don't think so. Not anytime soon. What is my son singing back there? Nice build. Are we ever going to get rain in Florida? If anyone's been following my streams, I told you Florida is going to be dry for a while. You got a high pressure sitting down there. It'll move out soon. Here, it'll move out soon. Let's look at our quantitative precipitation from the latest Euro. Here you go, Florida. And that's like nothing. That's like a quarter inch. Nothing. This is literally like a drizzle of rain. I mean, yeah, Florida, it doesn't look like Florida's getting significant rain until like the second week of May. I'm not even going to lie. There's just nothing. And if you want to know why, just take a look at the 850 millibar. Do you see this thing? Do you see this thing down here? This is our high pressure. Look at the winds moving around it clockwise. And it's just deflecting everything to the north. And it's been floating from here to here to here, back and forth, just putting a shield over Florida. It's been crazy. And watch it. Watch it down there. See that circle lasting down there? See it staying? See it staying? And then eventually we might get some disruption. But you've got that high pressure. I think you could probably actually see this much better on the 500 millibar vorticity map. Yeah, I mean, you have big high pressure here, and everything is funneling up to the north. So, yeah, it's going to be a while. You guys are in a drought right now. You guys are in a drought. Let me actually pull it up on my Discord. We've got, oh, 2 more people adding me. Okay, I'll add you guys. Give me a second. Let's go to our drought monitor. You're in a drought. It's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. Yeah, I was talking about that like 2 weeks ago. I was like, it doesn't look like Florida's going to get any rain for a while, and you guys aren't. All right, let me add you guys real quick, and then let me keep answering questions. What's Monday night looking like? Yeah, we can go through the radar there. I think we're waiting to get. I think we're waiting for the model to show us Monday night short range radar, but let me add you guys really quickly on here. Give me 1 second. Let me just shut this off for a second so I don't expose everyone. All right. Should I be nice and just add everyone who adds okay, add Connor's Climate Corner HQ on Discord. If you add it during this live, I'll invite you and it'll be free and there'll be no sub. But after this stream, I gotta turn on sub because I've let over 125 people with 0 sub. All right, there we go. And boom. Boom. Okay. God, I hate that it asks me if I'm human every time. Shush. All right, there we go. Everyone's at it. Cool. Let's get to questions. I'll do a speed round since I've been slow at answering questions. Did the risk for day 3 shift since this morning? Not really. Yeah, this is our risk. This is our day 3 risk right here. Let me pull it back up. Okay, I think we're good. Sir, can you move that out of my area? Yali, are you in here? This is our day 3. Let's go over our day 3 risk really quickly. We can show you right on here. This is our big boy risk, and still focal point up here, Des Moines, up through almost into Madison. It's basically Des Moines to Madison, Wisconsin to Minneapolis. That's basically the circle, almost exactly. It shifted a little bit more north. It was not encompassing. It was kind of right on the border of Minneapolis before. Now it's encompassing all of basically Minneapolis Metro. This is a dangerous setup. It can't be understated or overstated. Yeah, we were looking at this earlier. It looked like definitely rotation, definitely a tornado on the ground. It didn't look like that impressive of a tornado, but it was definitely on the ground. Is it a water spout now? Yeah, I mean, this is still a good couplet. It's still a good couplet. I mean, we'll have to see. It went through a populated area, so or I mean, a somewhat populated area, so it could end up being an EF. Maybe more than an EF1 because if it did enough damage. Oh, it's off into the water now. I think that thing would be probably rated an EF0, EF1 if it didn't go over anything. But yeah, guys, this is going to be dangerous Monday. How bad do you think Tuesday will be in northern Indiana? Well, you really got to watch how they adjust the zone because northern Indiana could get put in that higher tornado risk like northern Ohio is probably going to be on that day. And Matt, I appreciate you. You know, tomorrow, what's good about... oh, no, it's not tomorrow. Monday, we're going to have a short range for that. Here's our day 4 right now. The most rotation right now, and CSU kind of highlighted this. I'm thinking this area could be the most rotation. We could get tour risks up here as well, though, northern Indiana. It's going to be severe for you guys. It could be kind of... We'll have to see the timing of it. I'll show you what the latest timing is looking like really quickly. Give me 1 second. We can go over that super quickly. Got here. So, Euro timing. I don't think we have it in the NAM yet. Here we go. Moving into Chicago region, severe weather, potentially Monday night into very early Tuesday. And then northern Indiana. Yeah, this thing kind of breaks up. This is an early morning potential severe weather threat based on that latest GFS. Let's look at the NAM 18Z, actually. Man, they think they're... yeah, here we go. Here we go. So this is looking like a Tuesday afternoon event for northern Indiana. You can see that developing on the NAM here. And this is the latest NAM is developing a pretty decent QLCS right here. So that's something we'll have to watch. Let's look at the latest parameters on the NAM since we're actually all the way out there. We can look at SIGTOR params and everything now over northern Indiana and this whole region. Whoa. Holy smokes, guys. I think the NAM is underdoing Monday actually up here. It's putting all this, it's putting all this cape to the south. Let's take a look. Let's take a look right here. All right. I mean, yeah, look. Oh my gosh. Yeah, look at this. Indiana, this is Tuesday. 4.0 effective layer. 4,000 surface cape. Lots of instability. Lots of instability in Indiana. Let's take a look at this. PDS Tor means you could have a particularly dangerous situation. PDS Tor, you could have significant tornadoes. EF2, EF3, EF4 plus. 2,500 surface cape. 317 SRH, 31 knot shear at the surface. Decent looking hodograph. Yeah, this is Yeah, you could get you. We could definitely. I mean, this is the latest NAM. We'll have to see how it adjusts. We could definitely get some strong tornadoes through Indiana and Ohio, potentially all the way up to Buffalo on Tuesday. We have to watch that closely. It's almost May, and there is supposed to be another cold snap in Maryland. Oh, I know. Have you guys seen what these temperatures are looking like? Watch this. Well, let's look at our temperature anomalies here. Ay, what is my son doing? Look at this cold snap. Look at this. 20 degrees below average up there in the Northeast for a few days. Multiple days. Over 20 degrees below average in Maryland. If we were... Let's look at our wind chills down here when that happens. We're in the 30s in May. We are in the 30s in May in Maryland. 37 degrees in May. Fun. Oh, that's annoying. Oh my gosh. Look at it. And it sticks around for so long. I hope this changes. Look how long that cold weather sticks around out there. Oh my gosh. New York City, 37-degree wind chill, May 11th. Yeah. This would be annoying. This would be very annoying. I think they have some snow with this too. You guys want to see? Look at Cuchera. This would be very annoying. A little bit of snow up here in New York, a little bit up there in PA. What's the GFSC? GFS just sees some up in New York and up here, but... Oh, sorry, guys. You can't even see it. I'm an idiot. There you go. Let me show you it again, guys. Let me show you it again. Look at these wind chills out here. Out here in the Northeast. Look at this. We're talking... Yeah, we're talking 30 wind chills. I mean... This is so cold for May. I mean, let's take away wind chills and see what we're looking at. We're still... I mean, we're in the 20s in parts of Virginia and West Virginia in May. Look at this. 30s. May 8th. This is crazy. We'll have to see. I mean, most models agree on this, but this seems like excessive cold for May out in this region. Yeah. Getting into the 30s without wind chill in New York City. Very interesting. Yeah, I mean, we're not expecting much severe. Well, let's look at our date for Colorado. Let's look at our let's go to our day 2. Not much. You guys aren't even really in that day 2. We'll have to see if this uptrends, guys. This is something we need to talk about tomorrow as well. So anyone from Nebraska, South Dakota, North Dakota, look, you got a little bit of slight into eastern Montana. Actually, someone asked about this earlier, and I didn't even realize that they had included eastern Montana in that categorical risk. I didn't even realize they had included that. That's my bad. No, El Nino is not here. We are not expected to be an El Nino for a while. I don't even know if we'll get into it this year, but maybe. Yeah, we're going to be in a neutral phase. Yep. Yeah, I want to show you some models with that going on. Let me just check to see what's going on with the severe weather. Look at this line of storms still out here to the west. What's Des Moines look like Monday? Do I need a basement? Des Moines is in a very... Yes, Des Moines in a dangerous spot. You guys could end up being in a high risk on Monday in the middle of a tornado outbreak. So, B, what's going on? What's going on, B? Hey, I published that I was getting on live. I didn't message you. I published it in the announcement. I don't know if you saw it. I seem tired. That's mean. I'm not tired at all. Well, I'm kind of always tired. I get up every morning at freaking 6 a.m. and I'm usually up late doing other stuff. Discord name is Connor's Climate Corner HQ. Okay, you did? Good. Connor's Climate Corner HQ. I'm going to accept anyone who adds me during this live, and I'll give you an invite. You'll never have to pay for it. After this live stream, though, I'm going to make it subscription-based just because it's costing me an arm and a leg to run this channel and all my other weather software. Will there be a high risk? I think so. I'm 50-50. I'm leaning towards yes. I'm 50-50. I'm leaning towards yes. You couldn't find it on Discord? Connor's Climate Corner HQ. Here. Where do you expect the worst to be Monday? Man, I'm thinking northeastern Iowa. Let's look. You know what? Let's look. People got a lot of questions about Monday, as you should. As you should. Let's look at... Man, we don't have the her in range, I don't think yet. Let's see. Is the 18Z her in range? Actually, it should be, I believe. I think it actually should be. I just can't do that math in my head really quickly. Lewis, I appreciate that. Yeah, I'll get to you. I'll get to you 1 second, Lewis. Oh, see, this is like when stuff would begin initiating. We get to Monday late afternoon, and this is when you have a lineup here initiating, and we have some storms that are about to initiate here. The next her run, I think, is going to give us this. This is going to be really important, this next her run. The NAM, we've got to look at it. Let's look at our SIG. No, let's look at our surface cape up here. Let's look at our surface cape up here on Monday with the latest NAM. I think the NAM is way underdoing this, guys. I mean, it's showing severe, but I think the NAM is way underdoing this. If we take a look at our... Let's take a look. Did we see it on the old Rufus? Let's look at the 15Z. Sorry, 12Z. Yeah, look at that. Let's take a look at this. 4,000 joules per kilogram, Central Iowa. PDS Tour. Massive cape. 4,200 joules per kilogram. Good shear and SRH. 22.5 supercell composite. 6.0. Oh my gosh. This is big. Let's take a look at this sounding right here. You know, based on this look, and then we can take a look at dew points as well. Take a look at dew points as well. I mean, this dry line is so aggressive. Gets so aggressive even up here to the north. You know, this is right around 7, 8 p.m. And do you notice this, guys? Do you notice the hook up here in the dry line? We could have a triple point even up this far to the north. The north. Look at that. Right here. Yeah, southeastern Minnesota. Central Iowa to southeastern Minnesota. I think, you know, based on the Rufus model, I think this region right here looks very, very severe. But again, I mean, we could see 4 or 5 inch hail along this boundary. And straight line wind 70, 80 miles per hour. It's a really nice looking setup. Last thing I want to look at here, Lewis, I got you. Last thing I want to look at here is the 850 on here. Man, look at that. Look at that jet. 70 knot. We've got almost 90 mile per hour winds right above our heads up here. Dangerous setup. I think it's going to go high. Where do you think the most SIG Tour risk for Monday? And well, I guess I kind of answered that. And where do you think the moderate high risk will be? From what I just saw, from what I'm looking at there, and every model, once we get the her later tonight, I'll get back on for a little bit streaming tonight, guys, too. Because I'm going to do like another maybe 30 minutes to an hour now, and I'm going to get back on later tonight. Once we get the her model out tonight, we're going to have a good idea of where I think I'm going to have a good idea of where I want to put that high risk. Right now, to me, it's favoring the west side of this moderate. Like, it's favoring here. But guys, I want you to understand. Don't pay attention to this red. A day 3 enhanced is significant. It's not impossible that we like have this moderate expand. Not saying it's gonna, But once we get into day 1 and 2, a lot of times they get aggressive with these risk zones. So take this with a grain of salt. This is going to look different tomorrow. The dry line is very impressive down here all the way through Kansas to northern Oklahoma. I think we're going to go enhanced through this whole area, and we're going to have a stretch of the moderate. So I think we're really going to have to look at Nebraska tomorrow. Like when we get the update, we're going to have to look at eastern Nebraska, eastern Kansas, most central to western Missouri, pretty much all of Missouri except for maybe the far southeastern. And I think we may even get a big portion of Oklahoma involved in that enhanced as well. I think it's going to expand. Yeah, I do think it's going to expand. I appreciate that, Lewis. Super chat. How do you think southeastern Michigan will be on Tuesday? Southeastern Michigan, again, when I talked about this earlier, if there's going to be, right now, the greatest spin-up potential looks like this region on that risk. So we could have hail and wind up and down this whole risk zone easily. Right now, it's looking like, and the CSU kind of agrees, this zone could have some rotating cells. So that does include Detroit and Buffalo, Cleveland. So, yeah, that's something we'll have to watch. I have a question. Do you think the moderate risk could go east? Yeah, anything's possible when you go into day 2. They get a lot more detailed on the day 2 risk. Based on the latest runs I've been looking at. Oh my God, you guys all added my Discord. Based on the latest runs I've been looking at, I think an eastward movement is definitely possible. Some of the storms initiate a little bit later on certain models than on other models. And if they do initiate later, they will shift this moderate out. So we'll have to see. But a lot of what's driving this moderate too is kind of this triple point we're going to have up here. Open warm face, cold air, nice dry line, and with these high dews along the boundary. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. The light green is general thunderstorms, meaning you could have thunderstorms, but they're not expected to be severe. Yeah, Kansas City. Yeah, it's not impossible. I don't know if it's gonna happen. It's not impossible that this moderate stretches even all the way down to Kansas City. I don't think it's impossible. I expect moderate to grow. Which way is it gonna expand? There are models that have a bunch of supercells up here. I don't believe those models right now, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. The dry line is so impressive down here. I don't care that the helicity is low. All you need is a tiny bit when you have updrafts that strong. And so for me, if this thing's going to expand, it's going to expand south. One second. This person's spamming. We are going to mute. Give me 1 second, guys. Joplin could go enhanced. Yeah, Joplin could go enhanced. Let's see here. Thoughts on Appleton, Green Bay, Wisconsin? Well, you guys are already in that enhanced, so I don't think we're gonna get a moderate stretched out that far to the northeast. But the problem is there's a little bit more rotation up here. So currently, you need less instability when you have that much rotation. So we'll have to watch it. Not impossible to get a SIG tour up through Wisconsin tomorrow. Anywhere in Wisconsin. Significant tornado. We have 2+. So I'm a dead woman in Des Moines. Yeah, Sarah, you're cooked. No, I'm just kidding. No, you're good. Just stay weather alert. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. You guys have to remember, even during severe weather outbreaks, tornado outbreaks, 99, you could be in the middle of a high risk, hatched high, and not be affected at all. There's a lot of land out here, and 99% of people won't deal with any damaging or destructive or dangerous weather. But even if there's a 1 or 2% chance, you got to pay attention and be ready and have a plan. So, I don't, just because we have this, this threat, most of you are going to be perfectly fine. But you have to pay attention when you're in it, because there is the potential for some. When you get threats to 4 or 5, when you get these even enhanced and up threats, and when you have, the biggest thing is outbreak potential, because sometimes you can get a moderate or high in a region where it's a smaller region and they're not expecting a bunch of tornadoes or anything like that, but they know that any sort of storm that does initiate is going to be extremely damaging. This has outbreak potential because of the size of this risk zone, and it's just an extremely prominent dry line with really good low level shear across most of this system on Monday. 100, 150, 200 severe warned storms is possible. 100 Tor warned storms is possible. Outbreak is when you just really want to pay attention, because that's when you just have Tor warned storms all up and down the boundary. I think they're going to be up here, but yeah, pay attention. There's going to be people streaming. I'm going to try to stream that day. We'll see. We'll see if I can. The plan is to stream for a long time that day. I'll probably be getting on afternoon on Monday. Mesomat's definitely, MESOMATT. Mesomat's definitely going to stream that entire event. But as long as you're weather alert, you know what's going on. I mean, nowadays you can get a 30 to 40 minute heads up before a tornado gets there. So you have lots of time to react, and you'll be safe. Laddie and B, I appreciate you again. TAR, I appreciate you. Minnesota Metro, yeah, you guys are in that moderate. Not impossible. That'd be crazy if you guys ended up being in a high. I think the high is going to be south if it does go high, but this is good. This has the potential to be record breaking for the Twin City region, severe weather wise. It's not every day you get put in these risks. A day 3 moderate, I can tell you that. Joshua, what's going on? Southern Ontario Tuesday, I have a university tour outdoors in Toronto. On Tuesday, we can take a look at this real quickly. Guys, I'll add the people who just added me on Discord. I'll add you. Give me a second. Let's take a look for Tuesday. It looks like it's going to be messy up there. Yeah, you could even have some severe weather moving through late afternoon, early evening hours in Toronto. There's going to be thunderstorms for a large portion of that day in the area. Unfortunately. All right, give me 1 second. I'll keep answering questions. Holy crap, so many people. Oh no. Oh no, what have I done? What have I done? 1 second, guys. Why every time? Why does it consistently make me verify? This is so annoying. Give me 1 second, guys. All right, I definitely. All right, I think Discord's gonna move to sub only. There's a lot of people in here. That's good though. That's what I wanted. I appreciate you guys. If I'm gonna put freaking 40 hours a week into my Discord, I at least want people to be in it to get something out of the content. Okay, almost done here. I think I got one more. All right, last one. What's going on? We'll go back to radar Omega to check on these severe thunderstorm warnings and potential tornado warnings. All right, there you go. You're all at it. Nice. There you go. Why is the Atlantic MDR cooler than last year? Well, last year was record breaking. That's why. You know, it's very easy for it to be cooler than last year because last year was record breaking. That's why. It's just more normal this year. You know, ocean currents are very, very is one of the things that meteorologists don't understand very well. That no one understands very well. That there's still argument on what controls our ENSOs more, trade winds or ocean currents out in the Pacific. So it's extremely random. We understand cooling and warming a lot better in Gulfs and like in the Caribbean and in the Gulf because of like high pressure placement and smaller currents there, and we can more easily read upwelling in seas and Gulfs, but yeah, it was record breaking last year. What happened today? 5-1. Oh, I know. I don't even want to talk about Kyle. Reed Timmer live. Minnesota. New Mexico. Nice. Nice. There's some potential out there. We got another tornado warning. Let me talk to you guys about this. I'm going to keep answering questions. I'm in southwest corner of Wisconsin. Time frame. I work at a school. Yeah. I'll give you that time frame. Give me 1 second. They're canceling school for a lot of people. They should cancel school, in my opinion, up there on Monday, but whatever. Here we go. Tornado warning down here. This is in, oh my gosh, where are we? Southeastern corner of Oklahoma, heading out towards Winthrop and Locksburg and Horatio. I don't know. Horatio. Arkansas. So let's just take a quick look at this. Make sure there's a couple there. There's rotation here. Can't tell if it's on the surface right now, but there's definitely rotating. Yep, it's probably on the surface. We're close to it. We've definitely got a rotating cell here. So, yeah, I mean, and you've got a CC signature here, pretty decent hail signature. So that is happening. Let's go take a look at this. Looks like we may have something on the ground here headed up towards McAllister, Oklahoma. So I'd get in a safe spot there. Not the most impressive storm I've ever seen, but this radar is not doing well. So I'd get in a safe spot there. We've got large hail, golf ball size hail in every single one of these storms, lime size hail in this one up to the north to the southeast of Las Vegas. New Mexico headed out towards Tucumcari. Who knows? No one knows. Except for the people who live there. I try my best. With pronunciations, guys. Did less Saharan dust cause it and less sulfur dioxide from the ships? No, shit. We don't. We year to year ships aren't going to affect the ocean temperatures at all. They're too small. There's not enough. Saharan dust good. Saharan dust can affect certain regions, keep them, cause a higher pressure, keeping the region drier, warming the oceans up more. Nothing compared to the DVD hail the other day. Yeah, I saw that. 5 inches. Or it was 6 inches, right? It was 6 inches. What time of the HRRR model update? Oh, we're gonna get our. What are we at right now? Yeah, we're at our 21Z. So yeah, we got another couple hours for our. 00Z, and that is gonna be awesome. We're gonna be able to really see Monday. Yeah. So Wisconsin right now for Monday, southwestern Wisconsin. Right now, initiation is actually looking a little bit later in the day. I don't like how the NAM presents this. Let's go take a look at this. Go to the 18Z. Is this loaded enough? Let's see. Not really. Let's go back to the 12Z. Yeah, I mean, your timing's looking like later in the day. So give me a second. Looking like 10-ish. So late evening hours. So yeah, I guess there's a little bit, there's a small severe weather threat earlier in the day. Let me take a look at the sounding here. So thunderstorms in the morning. So yeah, I guess it's late enough. It's late enough they wouldn't need to cancel school. Everyone should be out of school. Yeah, everyone should be out of school. But based on this latest model, it can slow down, it can speed up. Wow, this is looking actually really crazy there. It can speed up and slow down, but yeah, I would say people are going to be out of school based on the latest run on the Rufus. Although, out in Nebraska, western Iowa, this thing starts much earlier. Minnesota, I mean, you could get going in Minnesota late afternoon. Potentially. We'll have to see the timing. The timing's going to change. You guys weren't even watching what I was doing, but I was it's just looking at the timing on this latest run. The HRRR is going to have probably pretty accurate timing in a few hours, and I'll be back on later to explain or to go over what the new timing is. It is definitely down here to the south, a much later start. Like if you're talking about Missouri, this could be 11 p.m., 12 before you get initiated down there through Kansas City and Missouri, or through eastern Kansas and western Missouri and northern Missouri. Much later. Nocturnal threat, unfortunately. Look at this cell here, guys. Look at this cell here. Little couplet trying to form. Maybe two. You've got rotation here and here a little bit. Just to the north of Roswell, New Mexico. Look at that. I think this is going to get Tor warned here in a little bit, guys. I think it kind of should be Tor warned right now. I would Tor warn it if it were up to me. I would Tor warn it right now. But it's not. What about on the actual? What do you mean on the actual Tor warned storms? I think we could get over 100 on Monday. Oh, is he booking it down there? Oh my gosh, look at this road. I would hate to drive on that. Oh no. Oh, he's going out to this one, I think. Is he going out to this one? Or is he really trying to come down to the south here? Yeah, that's New Mexico for you. I feel like these guys should be up to the north, but they're waiting for some down here. They know what they're doing. That's pretty. Whoa. Hold up, guys. That is pretty. Look at how tall these clouds are getting. That is pretty right there. Yeah, they're going to get some action out here. We had some crazy tornado warnings here last night. Will it hit Amarillo? Oh, wait. Amarillo. Yeah, you guys have been in a terrible spot. You guys have been getting... There's been tornado warnings and severe thunderstorm warnings around you guys for 5 days straight. I'm thankful we haven't had a tornado go right through the center of freaking Amarillo with the 5 days you've had. You guys are right outside of this marginal. Right now, it's looking like as these storms move east, they're going to lose a little bit of steam. So I think you guys are looking pretty safe tonight. I'd definitely stay weather alert. But get through tonight, and then you guys should start to look a little better. You can see why they're potentially down here to the south when I look at when I go here, right? Look at these cloud tops starting to spark up down here. You see this, guys? See this? Right there? So that's initiation right there. These things are exploding. And you only see 2 of those on the radar. The only ones you see on the radar of these is this and this. The radar's not picking up this storm that's forming over Carlsbad right now, or this one that's forming over Mentone, if that's how you pronounce it. So, and these are expanding quickly. This one to the south is looking dangerous, especially because it's at the southern node. So it's going to have a better inflow region down there. So that might not be a bad spot to be. This might not be a bad spot to be for these chasers right now. Not at all. Look at this. Really cool. The way you can see that is straight from the satellite. Isn't that cool? Like the actual satellite image on planet Earth. You can see in the colors. Super awesome. All right. Let me get back. Oh, there's where. Oh my God, there's where my mouse is. I was like, where the heck is my mouse? But yeah, that is. So yeah, they are watching these down here for sure. Let's lock this preview. I'm excited for Monday. Love seeing severe storms. Just don't want them to hurt anyone. Yeah, it's the same way for me. You know, I've always been a weather enthusiast. I've always loved and got excited by severe weather. But if someone gave me a choice, do you want the severe weather to happen or not? I'd always say no, because it'd be like irresponsible to be, you know, to be like praying for this bad severe weather. But the thing is, we don't control the weather. So I don't control the weather. I report it. If there's going to be severe weather, there's going to be severe weather. So it's okay to be excited about it. But, you know, what I do is I'm able to help people be aware of it. And when I'm obviously sometimes in live covering the severe events, I can have some excitement with what's going on. But at the same time, my goal is to help people. So, you know, I'm always torn about it because I do love severe weather. But, you know, you don't want it. And you don't want it damaging property and all that stuff. Bentonville, Arkansas. Where's Bentonville, Arkansas? Yeah, you guys, we could even see an enhanced all the way down there on Monday. Honestly, we have to pay attention to that. We do. We have to. Hugo, Oklahoma. Hugo, you guys are testing my knowledge. I don't know where any of these are. Hugo, Oklahoma. You guys have had most of this, what at least looks like right now, like most of the worst come over you. You should have very rain-cooled air. I don't think your severe threat kind of drops off a cliff over the next hour or two. So, Kentucky, we're going to have to watch Kentucky on Tuesday. We're going to have to watch Kentucky on Tuesday. Yeah. Have plans for 6:30 in Northwest Ohio on Tuesday. Should I cancel? Let's look at that again. Let's look at that timing again. It's a good question. Timing looks earlier in Ohio. Northwest Ohio. I mean, based on the Rufus model, this severe weather could start as early as 7, 8 in the morning. I think this might change. But no, I mean, you could have the worst of it out by right now. It has the worst of the severe weather. It has all the weather pushed out, dry conditions as you get into the afternoon. Northwest Ohio. I really want to see what the HER model says tonight, though. Let's look at the NAM too. The NAM does terrible on future radar though. The NAM I think is going to say the same thing. No, the NAM has this. See, the NAM has this much farther back. They don't agree on this at all. I'm. It's because we have a kind of second boundary forming here. That's the problem. You've got kind of your first squall and your second squall back behind here, so It's going to be dicey. We need to see the Her model tonight. Although the Her model is going to get us through Monday, it's not going to get us through Tuesday. Trusty Euro. Here's our Tuesday. Yeah, this has the Euro has Tuesday morning as well for Ohio, and then clearing. We'll have to see if that changes, but right now it is a Tuesday morning thing. Ooh, 36 new followers. I appreciate the follows, guys. Something about a day 3 risk. It always is, right? Yeah, spammers are inevitable. Turnos are pretty as long as they don't hit anyone. Watch Monday for a D2 level 5 out of 5. We are. Appreciate the follows, guys. Tennessee, we got to watch it Tuesday. You know, here's our SBC. It's got Northwestern Tennessee in it. CSU, I think, is a little more aggressive. CSU's kind of got you in that marginal, the whole state in that marginal. But something happens out here. Let's look at CSU as we get into. And this is a day 6, so take this with a grain of salt. But we've got a day 6 slight already from CSU in Tennessee, basically the whole state of Tennessee. So, and I think the best way to look at that is, let's take a look at our LLJ. Day 6. So that would be what? Friday. Next Friday? Thursday? I hate doing math in my head. Here we go. There it is. Yeah, so that'd be a Thursday threat. This thing is amplified. Starting in Central Texas. This could even be, maybe even Dallas-Fort Worth starting there. Moving up through Tennessee, Kentucky. The Euro. Man. This could be another severe. Next Thursday, Friday. That is, I actually hadn't looked at the LLJ there in the latest Euro. What are our dew points doing here? Oh, our dew points actually aren't crazy. It's a good thing. They're there, but they could be higher. But that could be a dangerous setup up there in the Northeast. Let me quickly look at our instability on Thursday, Friday up there in the Northeast. Yeah, I mean, we'll have to watch this. We'll have to watch that. Thanks, B, for helping out. Let me get back to Radar Omega. How does funding cuts of NOAA weather balloons affect your ability to forecast areas? Well, I don't know yet. I don't think if anyone says they know yet, we don't really know yet. You know, it's hard to tell if I've noticed anything yet. All of our short ranges are still working. That's going to be something we're going to have to see over time, a little bit farther down the road. Yeah, I don't really have an answer for that yet, but it does give me a little anxiety. I don't want them to defund the weather balloons. I love the weather balloons. They're way better than our satellite data. That's why we have the best radar and modeling software in the world, in the US, because of our weather balloons. So yeah, Nora, I'll probably get off a little bit here and then I'll get back on later too. It's going to be satellite based, but what weather balloons can do is, as they raise them in the atmosphere, they can tell exact moisture and pressure changes and all sorts of important stuff. You know, what's going on with our shear, you know, different levels shear, 250, 500, 850. Satellites can't do that. They're in space. Okay, our weather balloons go through the layers of the atmosphere and take the information directly from what they're interacting with. Satellites also have an issue going through clouds. So I think in the future we'll have satellites that are powerful. I mean, maybe 50 years from now that are powerful enough to get all this data without weather balloons. But there's some stuff you need weather balloons for. I love weather. I'm gonna get merch that says I heart weather balloons. Save the weather balloons. Yeah, nothing yet. I am nervous that we're Emily. I'm nervous that we're gonna notice a little bit farther down the road, though. We'll have to see. Do you guys want to see a picture of a weather balloon? Where? I gotta get to the latest updates of what's going on in severe weather. Is this a commercial? What the heck? Come on. Another commercial? 2 commercials just to see a weather balloon video? Are you kidding me? Oh my god. Here you go. Your weather balloon. All the instruments are down here. They go up into the atmosphere and eventually they come back down and they're collected. But twice a day, every day, they're released into the atmosphere from weather stations, from airports, thousands of locations around the United States. In every single state, in every single corner of every state, they release these weather balloons twice a day, and it reads everything that it passes through. It can tell you the moisture content with altitude, the change in wind velocity and wind direction with altitude, all sorts of important stuff. Pressure changes with altitude, and that gives us a great picture of what the actual we need that for forecasting. Yeah, satellites are just beaming a camera down on planet Earth, being like, "Hey, we think this is going on." They're great at visually, they're great, but they're not great with data. That's why we love our 12Z and our OOZ runs, and we hate our 6Z and 18Z runs because they're really just adjusted for time. They don't have fresh, good data. You know what I'm saying, chat? Yeah, very important. I ump on Monday in central Oklahoma. Will I need to be worried? What is our timing in central Oklahoma? Wow, the Rufus model has the timing so off, I think. Central Oklahoma really gets going Monday evening. Late afternoon, evening. It may not even be till 6 or 7 p.m., but I don't think the afternoon you're going to have any issues, but evening time, 6 p.m. and after, I think you're going to have some issues. Second tornado warning finally popped up. Yep, let's go back to that. Let's take a look at this. Just for a quick update, we've got a tornado up here to the north. Tornado warning. I shouldn't say tornado. A lot of times there's not even a tornado, but sometimes there is. This, if there is one, it's probably not a super strong one. It is choked out with convection. But you can still have an EF1, EF0. You can have an EF2 in these, but not a very strong signal. There is rotation, though. Yep, you kind of faded out there at the end. You can kind of see what happened there. See that? See the couplet kind of fall apart? I think, let's go into the CC. You can see this could be a little tornado still on the ground right here. But this is set up to the northeast towards Bacoshi, Collington, Panama, Spiro, Fort Coffee, Fort Smith. So pay attention to that. Let's take a look at this one down here. Our velocities, nothing very impressive down here. High velocities, not a very good looking rotation, but Haworth, southeastern Oklahoma still needs to be prepared for that. Nothing going on up in the out east right now except for some strong thunderstorms. And we're watching some big cells down here. It seems like all these tornado chasers think they got something. Let's see. They think this thing's developing. This dude's booking it. Look at that. You guys see that anvil? He's looking at the top of this. Okay, nothing too bad down here. These storms, he's making it. Oh, what is this? I think that's... Why does this look so hooked? Am I crazy, guys? This is developing a hook here. Okay, it's not as bad on the radar 2. Let's look at our... yeah, okay, not that bad. Looked much worse on MRMS. Definitely rotation down here, potentially, though. He is headed towards, I believe, this one right here, which looked... Had some potential here. For a spin up... Lots happening out here. We have our third... You can see we didn't have this earlier. Now we have it. We just had this and this. Here's our third, which you can see on the satellite. You can see these on the satellite. High probabilistic for Monday. Did they change it to a high probabilistic for Monday? I don't... Is that new? No. 45% still. Fort Stockton doing Fort Stockton things. CSU has it high on Monday. Wait, Haley. Just got a tornado warning for Kyoto, Oklahoma. You see anything? Latimer, Oklahoma, LaFleur, Oklahoma, Haskell, Oklahoma, McCurtain, Oklahoma, and Red River, Oklahoma. Let me check my Discord and see if it disagrees, if it sees anything else. Same thing. Same thing. Discord sees the same thing. Where were you? Yeah, I mean, are you near one of those areas I said? Mesa, New Mexico, storm rotation is interesting as heck. Which one is Mesa? Let's take a look at it. Oh, this one here. Yeah, we were talking about this earlier. This is the one I said maybe should have been warned. Unless they think there's some radar interference, it looks like we do have rotation there. You know, there can be radar interference sometimes. But I agree. There's rotation here, definitely. You can see it on the reflectivity as well. Will Michigan have bad weather? Tuesday, Michigan probably will have bad weather. Southeastern Michigan specifically. There's that rain shadow. Let's see. What up, Charles? Makes sense to use as the best weather tool since they probably get the most diverse weather. Yeah, like 90% of all the worst severe storms happen in the U.S. because of our geographical location. 80% of all tornadoes on planet Earth happen in the U.S. And like 95% of all significant tornadoes happen in the U.S. What's up, Rez? It's because of the warm Gulf. Very cold continent to the north. And our very dry western portion and our very moist eastern portion. You get the perfect combination of warm moisture, cold, dry air. So you get cold, warm, dry, moist boundary. And it's a setup like no other country. Let's see. What do we have new? What do we have new? What do we have new? This was expanded down here. Severe thunderstorm warning just to the northwest of Texarkana. $half size hail and 6-mile-per-hour winds headed out towards Mineral Springs. This looks to me like this is new as well. Severe thunderstorm warning down there out near Pecos, Texas. Oklahoma is getting too much rain. Yeah, I know. Day after day. What are they doing out there? Why is it on Minnesota? The weather app doesn't show anything other than rain. I don't know. Oh, Nora, yeah. I appreciate that, Nora. Yeah, I'm updating it. Yeah, it's updated every single day, and there's bots in there too. I don't know if you guys have access to use the bots, but I'll show you guys how at one point. I will. Northeast Ohio Tuesday. Northeast Ohio, I think could get upgraded to an enhanced threat, tornado driven. So something we need to watch. Yes, it could be pretty severe. We're watching. We're watching this region up here for a potential upgrade. So that does include northeastern Ohio, Cleveland. Wall cloud force up through New Mexico. Got some nice looks out there. Iowa is probably under the highest severe threat of every state on Monday. Yeah. Well, specifically, I think this portion looks like it could go high. So Minnesota, southeastern Minnesota is looking pretty dangerous too. Discord invite link is invalid. That doesn't make any sense. I think everyone else accepted it, unless I'm being crazy. I'll try again. Can you try that again? Let me know if it works. What can Minnesota expect with Monday's storm? 70+ mile per hour winds, potentially significant tornadoes, EF2 plus, DVD size hail. I mean, you're in a moderate down there in southeastern Minnesota, and you might go in a high. So expect anything. Expect weather that you probably haven't had in a very, very, very long time. Which I think it will, if this look holds. Yeah, that's the Windy app that I'm looking at these storms flare up the satellite on. Yeah, these are a little bit bigger to the north, but I think these are interesting down here to the south. The southern nodes can sometimes have a little bit more spin to them. Lorraine, I appreciate the follow. Yeah, Radar Omega. This is Radar Omega right here. Nothing too dangerous. We have these 2 tornado warnings, but they're not... Oh, did they finally warn the storm up here? They're not looking... Why am I getting the sound and I'm not getting any updated... Let me close this out. Hold up, guys. Why isn't it updating my risk zones? Okay, this tornado warning dropped off down here. We still have the one up towards Fort Smith. Radar indicated 16 minutes ago. That's out in eastern Oklahoma. Headed up towards, Muldrow and Fort Smith, Panama Spiro. I don't know how to pronounce that. This is the area to watch tonight, though, guys. This is the area to watch. I think you got a 5% out here. Let's take a look for Tor. Yep. 2%, 5% through here. This is a little bit unexpected, though. I think we could get a little rotation down here as well. Hampton, Iowa. There's no high risk yet. There is on CSU, but not SBC yet. Hampton, Iowa. If there were to be a high, yes, you guys would have a possibility of being in it. We'll see tomorrow. It worked? Cool. Yeah, I don't know. That's so weird. So weird why it doesn't work sometimes. So weird. I'm probably gonna get off here because I'm gonna get on a little bit later, guys. I think I want to get on potentially when we have these storms spawning some stuff up. I think we have a little bit for some of these. So I'll be back on a little bit later. We'll have updates. We'll probably have the 00ZH Triple R and oh baby, will we be able to see Monday setup with the 00ZH Triple R tonight? We'll be able to see. We'll be able to get to that point. So that'll be good. That'll be good. That'll be good. Yeah, again, after I end this stream, I'm not adding anyone else to the Discord for free. But if you do get in my Discord now, Connor's Climate Corner HQ, it is, you'll never have to pay a subscription for it. Listen, I'm just trying to make it a one-stop shop for everything. Literally, anytime there's a tornado warning, it's immediately posted in here with all the details. You can say, hey, I want a summary. And then the bot's going to give you a summary of everything, all the details, how fast it's moving, the wind speeds, anything. Oh, you could say, ask it a question. Will this affect me in OKC? Submit. And the AI knows where the tornado is and what it's doing. No, the current spoiler statement, it's not going to affect you there, blah, 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 blah. Literally, it'll answer your questions. Severe thunderstorm warnings, flash flood warnings, blizzard warnings, PDS warnings, emergency alerts. Every single time National Weather Service post it, my bot immediately posted in the Discord, like within 3 seconds. Mesoscale analysis. Every single morning, these are updated. Risk zone, tornado warning, high wind, hail, rainfall, snow, temperature, wildfire, drought, hurricane updates, storm reports, ENZO, CSU, every single weather link you could ever want. Well, I'm still adding to it, but if you're like, I'm wondering about this, they're all labeled in here and in here. And then we got chats, you know what I mean? Chats, hangout. Every time there's a severe risk any day, I have radars in the severe risk zone updating every 6 minutes. So you can just look, all these are in the risk zone, and every 6 minutes it reposts them with updated radar information. So yeah, if you want to add me, Connor's Climate Corner HQ, whoever else adds me in the next probably like 30 minutes, I'll just add in, but then I'm going to make it subscription based. It's going to be $3 or $4 a month. It's going to be nothing, but I'm trying to build out something awesome. So I appreciate you guys being in here. I appreciate anyone who followed, anyone who commented. Gifted, you guys are awesome. Lace and Green, I appreciate you guys. I'll be back on a little bit later, and we're going to go over the HRRR00Z. It's going to be a good time. All right, I appreciate you guys, and I'll be back on a little bit later. Can you post it in chat? Oh yeah, sorry, I did it. Sorry, I did it for TikTok. There we go. Yeah. There we go. Here we go. There. And okay. There you go. So I'll wait a second, then I'll get off. I'll answer a few questions while that's going. Yeah, I'll be back. Yeah, yep. I'll be back a little bit later. Talhina. I'll look at that really quickly before I get off. Let's look at single site. I mean, you guys have... Yeah, that's going to go away. You guys... I mean, you've got some bad weather moving over you, but it's not severe. Let's look at our velocities. A little bit of rotation, a little bit of shear down there at the surface, but not looking severe. You could definitely have some strong winds, small hail with that, but after this moves through, you're going to have some rain-cooled stability. So I think you guys should be good for tonight. Once you get on the back side of this sector, you're good, and you're about to be in that. Yeah, no problem. Quinn, the same stuff that causes tornadoes in Europe and Asia that cause in the U.S. They just have a lot less instability because geographically their setup isn't as volatile as ours. All right, I'll be back on a little bit later. See you guys.